I've got the juice on 7 players in this upcoming slate of the NBA. If that sounds interesting, let's get into it.
Y'all motherfuckers, when they get some free tips, best bets, go ahead and flex some. Pick winners all the time, hit it on a daily. This is all free, you don't need enough to pay me.
What's up, everyone? And I'm back, and I'm running without Harry until next week. I've got another 7 players for you to consider. All of these players have a great matchup and solid form heading into these set of games. Kicking it off with Giannis Antetokounmpo, over 12.5 rebounds if he plays. So my man's sore right now. He's got a bung knee. Questionable on whether he plays in this one. But if he does, this is one prop that I consider taking. So right now, you can't trust this guy to score. He's in a funk. He's gone under his points line in 4 consecutive games, and he's failed to score 10 points twice within that span. His rebound numbers, however, stack up nicely. He's covered 12.5 rebounds in 6 of his last 10 games, averaging 14 rebounds in that span. He had an excellent rebound game 2 weeks ago against the Raptors, and he pulled in 21. The Raptors also allow the most rebounds in the league over their last 7 games to power forward. So Giannis, if he plays, definitely a great one to look at. Another one within the same game. I like to look at Gary Trent Jr. over 17.5 points. I don't think Giannis is going to have a big scoring game, but I like the look at Gary Trent in this one. So he's recently been injected into the starting lineup. He's playing an average of 35 minutes per game this season. He's covered this 17.5 point line in 9 of his last 10 games. His last 2 games against the Milwaukee Bucks, he scored 22 points in both of them. The Bucks also allow the 6th most points to shooting guards across the league this season. So we know they've got 2 great defenders on the Bucks, well, 3 if you include Giannis, but Brook Lopez near the ring and Drew Holiday to harass your point guards. I think that puts Gary Trent in a wonderful position here to get this over. So Gary Trent over 17.5 points. The next one, man, I hate to fade one of my favorite players here, but this line is too high for me. Kyrie Irving under 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, this line is elevated due to 2 reasons. One, it's the matchup with the Spurs. They are quite weak against point guards. But the main contributor there is the fact that Kevin Durant's still out with injury. Now, in the 2 games without Kevin Durant so far, Kyrie is only averaging 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. It's over 10 below this line. He has played stiffer opposition in Boston and OKC, but with Kyrie being the main attacking weapon, it's easy to game plan against his offense. He's not shooting very well. It's only 34% from the field in these 2 games. He hasn't seen an increase in his assists or his rebounds either. So I do expect more of the offense to come from Curry, Warren, even Joe Harris. So not liking Kyrie Irving's under his points, rebounds, and assists. I apologize. We're taking him under 41.5. Somebody that I do like in that game, though, is my man from down under, and this is if he plays. We're looking at Ben Simmons over 15.5 rebounds and assists. Now, he's only averaging 13.8 rebounds and assists in his last 10 games, although he did record 22 in his only game without Kevin Durant so far. That was against the Boston Celtics. So the Spurs have lost 5 straight. They've conceded 121 points in each of those games. They allow the 2nd most assists in the league, and I foresee Claxton having his hands full Jakob Poeltl. So no KD in the lineup. We'll see Simmons playing more power forward on defense. So should find himself in good rebounding position as well. It should be a high-scoring game. The Nets are favored to win. Simmons is going to have plenty of opportunity to rack up some stats in this one. So I'm liking Ben Simmons over 15.5 rebounds and assists. The next one, we're looking at Dame Lillard, over 35.5 points and rebounds. So he had a great stretch at the start of the season, hit a real big shit patch. Now he's starting to find some form again. So he's averaging 38 points and 4 rebounds in his last 5 games. He also has a great record against the Nuggets. He's covered this line in 3 straight games against them. The Nuggets have struggled against point guards all season. And more recently, they're starting to give up rebounds to them. So really liking Dame over 35.5 points and rebounds. If everything goes the way I expect it to be, he'll cover this 35.5 points and rebounds on points alone. Fingers crossed. Now, this next one comes with a little bit of risk. We're taking Nikola Jokic over 25.5 points. The reason why it's so risky is he's been wildly unpredictable when it comes to his scoring. He's covered this line only 3 times in his last 10 games, and he's attempting less than 14 shots per game. He does have a great matchup against the Trailblazers, though. In his last 2 games, he scored 33 points and 29 points. The Blazers give up the 3rd most points to opposing centers this season, so his matchup is well. He also has great assist numbers against them too, but the line of 9.5, it's way too high for me to fuck with. I think the bookies have that spot on. I think he finishes on 9 or 10 assists. So just keep that in mind when you think about Nikola Jokic tomorrow. But I do think he looks to score more points. So taking that 25.5. And our very last play, there's limited markets on this game at the moment. It's James Harden over 16.5 rebounds and assists. A couple bullet points on this one. The Clippers give up the 5th most rebounds to point guards in the league. They give up the 12th most assists to point guards, which is anything to bark at. But at the same time, Harden's also covered this line in 6 consecutive games. His last matchup against the Clippers, he recorded 11 rebounds and 21 assists. I don't expect him to record anything close to that in this game. The Clippers were on the road where they're absolutely shocking. They're back at home now, so I do expect him to probably fall around 18, 19. I'm not keen on Embiid's points in this one. So if you're looking at Joel Embiid, you'll see that his recent scoring numbers have been excellent. He has a good matchup. The Clippers don't necessarily defend centers very well, but I checked his game logs. Every single game he's played against the Clippers in his career, he's never covered 32.5 points on the road against the Clippers. So Embiid, beware. Just giving you the insights. Not saying not to take it, but I'd be careful following Embiid's points in this one, unless he does something that he's never done before. So, look, those are the 7 plays. We've got 7 plays in under 7 minutes. I hope y'all liked it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. It helps us. We'll see you in the next video. Let's go.
Y'all motherfuckers, when they get some free tips, best bets, go ahead and flex some. Pick winners all the time, hit it on a daily. This is all free, you don't even have to pay me.